Introduction: A bridge between two worlds. To speak about the Bangladeshi community in Japan is to tell a story of journeys, hope, and constant adaptation. It is the chronicle of thousands who left behind the Ganges Delta and the bustling streets of Dhaka to venture toward a land of temples, trains, and technology, all in pursuit of a better life. Since the late 20th century, these travelers have multiplied to form a community of nearly 35,000 people, scattered across both major cities and smaller rural towns. Their arrival has brought not only economic and academic exchange, but also deep cultural and human connection, the aroma of curry and cardamom blending with green tea, Bengali prayers harmonizing with Shinto bells. The Bangladeshi community has proven that distance between two worlds can be bridged with work, respect, and the will to coexist. Origins and evolution of Bangladeshi migration. The migration from Bangladesh to Japan is relatively recent, yet deeply transformative. The first arrivals, during the 1980s, were students, young people drawn by Japan's universities and its booming technological landscape. They came with modest scholarships, big dreams, and luggage full of hope. Over time, some managed to build careers. Others stayed for love or in search of stability despite economic and legal obstacles. In the decades that followed, the migration expanded. Families, skilled workers, and small entrepreneurs followed in their footsteps. What began as a trickle soon became a steady flow, shaping a solid community with mosques, schools, and social networks. Today, those early pioneers are remembered as examples of courage and endurance, laying the foundation for future generations to continue their story. Adaptation and cultural coexistence in daily life. The adaptation of Bangladeshis in Japan has been, in many ways, a dance between tradition and modernity. Learning Japanese became essential not only for communication, but for understanding how the Japanese think, work, and relate to one another. Families learned to respect local customs, punctuality, cleanliness, and harmony in shared spaces. Yet they preserved their own traditions, cooking biryani on weekends, wearing saris or Punjabis during Eid, and holding weddings in the Bengali style. This cultural interweaving has created hybrid communities where Japanese and Bangladeshi ways blend naturally. Although the process hasn't been free of challenges, such as loneliness or occasional discrimination, their persistence has fostered genuine friendships and mutual respect that enrich daily life in both directions. Little Dhaka: Identity and Belonging in the Metropolis. In the heart of Tokyo, the Higashijujo district has earned the affectionate nickname Little Dhaka. Walking through its streets feels like stepping into a corner of Bangladesh, signs written in Bengali, restaurants filled with the scent of masala curry, and shops buzzing with conversation. Here, one finds colorful saris, imported spices, and fresh naan from local bakeries. But beyond commerce, Little Dhaka is an emotional haven, a place where newcomers find compatriots, children learn their parents' language, and the community gathers to pray, celebrate, or simply talk about life abroad. This vibrant enclave stands not only as a symbol of cultural identity, but as proof that belonging can be rebuilt, even thousands of miles away from home. Professional paths, reinvention, and perseverance. The professional journey of Bangladeshis in Japan is one of constant reinvention and perseverance. Many arrived with university degrees or experience in specialized fields, but had to start from humble positions in factories, restaurants, or service jobs. With discipline and vision, some managed to rise through the ranks or start their own businesses. Today, it is not uncommon to find Bangladeshi engineers, translators, chefs, or entrepreneurs running small restaurant chains or import companies. Others have specialized in areas where Japan faces labor shortages, such as technology and elderly care. Despite challenges like unrecognized qualifications or rigid employment systems, the community has shown a remarkable capacity to adapt. Their work stories are, at their core, powerful lessons in resilience. Barriers and overcoming them: language, certification, and expectations. Building a new life in Japan is far from easy. The language, social norms, and bureaucratic processes can feel like steep walls to climb. Japanese, with its complex writing systems and layers of politeness, takes years to master. To qualify for professional jobs, applicants must pass demanding exams and obtain formal certifications. Added to this are long working hours, temporary contracts, and a work culture rooted in hierarchy and seniority. Yet the Bangladeshi community has met these challenges with determination. Some have created translation and legal support networks for newcomers, while others focus on bilingual education for their children. These younger generations, fluent in both languages, are living proof of how persistence transforms barriers into bridges. Social fabric, associations, festivals, and bilateral cooperation. The strength of the Bangladeshi community lies not only in its size, but in its remarkable organization. Across Japan, cultural and social associations provide legal advice, job guidance, and spaces for connection. During Pohila Boishak, the Bengali New Year, Japanese parks and community centers come alive with music, dance, food, and colorful flags. These celebrations are more than festivities, they are opportunities for cultural exchange and friendship between Bangladeshis and Japanese locals. Cooperation between the two countries' embassies has further deepened these ties, fostering dialogue, trade, and educational exchange. Through these efforts, the Bangladeshi community has become an active and visible part of Japan's growing multicultural identity. The role of institutions and labor agreements. In recent years, relations between Japan and Bangladesh have entered a new era of collaboration. The Bangladeshi embassy in Tokyo plays a crucial role in defending labor rights and guiding migrants through the complexities of Japanese bureaucracy. Bilateral agreements between the two nations have opened pathways for skilled workers, particularly in industries facing labor shortages, such as construction, caregiving, and technology. These programs provide training, scholarships, and legal protection, though challenges remain: administrative delays, language barriers, and reports of labor exploitation. Even so, these agreements mark an important step toward a fairer and more stable migration model, one that treats workers not as temporary labor, but as partners in Japan's evolving economy. Administration and structural challenges in migration. Behind every success story lies a web of paperwork, procedures, and hidden struggles. Obtaining work permits, visa renewals, or permanent residency can be a long and costly process. At times, unethical intermediaries in Bangladesh exploit hopeful migrants, charging excessive fees or making false promises of employment in Japan. In response, the community has organized itself, creating advocacy groups and legal aid networks to expose abuses and promote transparency. These efforts not only protect individuals, but also raise awareness about the need for fair and accessible migration systems. Meanwhile, Japan has begun taking steps to simplify administrative processes and strengthen worker protections, an encouraging sign for the future of more humane and equitable migration. Future: new generations and perspectives for growth. The future of the Bangladeshi community in Japan is both challenging and full of promise. The children of early migrants born or raised in Japan are now attending universities, entering the workforce, and participating in civic life. This second generation embodies a new cultural identity, disciplined and precise like their Japanese peers, yet warm and resilient like their Bengali roots. However, they also face the complex task of defining who they are, not entirely Japanese, not entirely Bangladeshi, but something beautifully in between. As Japan gradually embraces multiculturalism, the Bangladeshi community stands as a model of respectful integration, proof that diversity, when nurtured with understanding and empathy, enriches the social fabric and strengthens the nation's collective future.